Sudeep's casting for me was more, I met him long time back on some occasion. I happened to see a couple of Kannada films of his, and he's a big star there. Obviously for Hindi industry is a new actor, no one knows about him. But he's got a screen presence, he's got a certain thing in his eyes which really speak. I wanted the whole family of Sudeep in the film, including Sudeep to his wife, all of them, I wanted them to be very believable.
He comes from a very South Indian background. जब उसके लिए lines भी लिखे जा रहे थे, तो I was taking care to ensure that he is at complete comfort when he's speaking or entering his lines. तो जिस तरह से मैं lines बना रहा था, and we used to have these rehearsals with him wherein he would speak his lines one day before the shoot in terms of all the scenes that he was going to do the following day. He came across as a very natural person. Even when he was improvising on the lines, I could see that element of being a complete natural as an actor in him.
घर में जब तुम पूजा वूजा करती हो, मैं बीच में आता हूँ।
किसी ने रक्षा पर काला जादू किया।
क्या? अब ये मत बोलना कि अब तुम भी मानते हो यार इन सब बातों में।
I personally think when they come in front of the camera, they don't really make a difference whether it's a star or a newcomer or a theatre actor, because see, a star eventually is for a commercial purpose. You're taking him or her for a certain thing they've developed over the years and their images and everything. From a director's perspective, by the time you took the decision to cast somebody, you would have given it a thought already. You would have spoken to them, you would have seen them in your mind the way they would be doing the part. So by the time they come in front of the camera, I technically don't see a difference. All of them are the same effect for me, meaning stars, you know. Now as far as their own personal thing is concerned, I always see newcomers being much more probably interactive, because they're doing it for the first time, they have the time and they have the passion, so the preparation would have been much more compared to an established actor.
किसी ने रक्षा पर काला जादू किया है।
क्या?
हाँ राजीव, अंधे मत बनो, काला जादू नहीं तो और क्या है?
अम्मा तुम ये टीवी पर फालतू प्रोग्राम देखना बंद करो।
I think when someone says the family film, that is because, like I said, the aspects of the film, I'm talking about, it talks about gods, it talks about belief in God, it talks about atheism, it talks about the suffering of a young little child. So I think there is something in it for everyone in terms of whether not necessarily for the fear factor alone. So I don't think it's a run-of-the-mill scary film, because it goes much more deeper. I mean, it has the enough content to create a debate on whatever it is trying to project, and that's the reason I think it would have a much wider appeal than an obvious scary film genre.
ये फूंक एक हॉन्टिंग सुपरनैचुरल ड्रामा है, तो इसका म्यूजिक भी हम लोगों ने उस फील को रखते हुए, और जो चूंकि ब्लैक मैजिक से रिलेटेड है, तो इसमें जो चैंट्स हम लोगों ने यूज किए हैं वो सभी ब्लैक मैजिक में यूज होते हैं।
Main challenge was to put these Indian sounds in the context of Western operatic sounds, so that we achieve a soundtrack which is very international. I think that we have somehow achieved a score which is a Indian international score.
See, animals like the crow or a cat or a these kind of things, people for some reason have a tendency to look at certain animals and birds with a certain distrust and fear, and they become symbols sometimes of evil forces, of which the crow is one or the lizard is one. And when you hear the sound of a dog howling in the night, you have this feeling that something really horrible is going to happen. You know, it almost makes you feel scared of what your natural atmosphere is about. The dog howling is almost like a symbol of some approaching doom. So I think likewise to use animals and birds which are the same pattern, I tried that because, like I said, the idea was to everything what you see in the course of a daily life to make them look scary, you know. But obviously they need to be related to certain memory of yours. Like a crow is more scary than a pigeon. It's not that the crow has done something to which the pigeon hasn't done. I mean, it is just a certain image which you have of it, and it is by its look or by its color or its habits or whatever. So we have these preconceived images of certain animals, and in a horror film context to use that to the best advantage is what I tried.
नास्तिक हो